Bernard Entry Bosiakun is his name. He's the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the NPP. His name is Chairman Wontumi. This was a man who at the time said he was richer than everybody in Ghana. In fact, he was going to buy Chelsea Football Club at a time that unprofessional haircuts were being meted out to Ghanaians who had retired by unprofessional barbers in barbering saloons that were not registered. Very unprofessional. From when they started giving retirees unprofessional haircuts, some of them have become bald-headed from that time till now. Some have visited early graves, and those who are lucky to be alive would have to wait another 65 years before they can get the money that they have given to the country. Oh, what a terrible, dangerous irony. A man has retired. He's about 70 years old. He has given his money to the state to buy bonds, government bonds. Government comes out to say, you know what? Government is broke. Your country is broke. So we will use your money to fix the country. You will get your money. We know you are 75 in the next 60 years, but that is okay. By what time you would only be about 135 years. That is okay. After all, there was Methuselah at a time. There was also Moses at a time. Once you are a very religious people, pray that you become the Methuselahs and the Moseses of this time, so you can live long enough to be able to get back your money from the government. When it was time, my brother, my sister, for retribution, better still, time for accountability. Some of them have run away to America, grabbed a green card, and shamelessly sitting down there and reading the Bible, claiming to be witch hunted. This is Chairman Wontumi. He was one of the very arrogant guys during the reign of the NPP. He showed gold on TV. This was the guy who was said to be engaged in serious galamsey, illegal mining, bringing in Chinese people to destroy our flora and fauna. Allegedly, my brother, my sister. In those days, he was untouchable. Power is truly transient. Today is like a chicken. He's running around like a headless jack. He's at the mercy of the law. It's time for the chickens to come home to brood. My brother, my sister, this is Chairman Wontumi, a.k.a. Bernard Bosiakun. He's been going to court. The last time we saw him in court, after coming out of the courtroom, he touched the dirty soil and licked it. As to what that means, only his juju men or spiritualists would be able to explain that. This is Chairman Wontumi. Now, Chairman Wontumi ran to the courthouse after he failed to grab a deal with the Attorney General and the Minister for Justice, one Dominic Akuritinga Ayine. My brother, my sister, he went to the court and wanted a plea deal. He had been told straight away by the Zwarungu boy that I am not cutting any deals. It is the court that you have to go to and ask for a plea deal. When we are asked, we would have an answer. Well, the decision is very simple. Iyoko is not ready for a plea deal. Period. Iyoko works under the Attorney General and the Minister for Justice. My brother, my sister, and it's very simple. We are not ready for any plea deal. Now, what kind of plea deal is this man here called Chairman Wontumi looking for? The once very arrogant guy now turned a headless jack. What kind of deal is Chairman Wontumi looking for? Do we know? Come here. Run the doors here. Watch this. Hey! NPP Ashanti Regional Chairman Bernard Bosiakun. Chairman Wontumi is seeking a plea deal with the Attorney General regarding an alleged 30 million Ghana cedi fraud case involving the Ghana Export-Import Bank. That's the EXIM Bank. His defense team initiated negotiations over the following allegations. 1. Defrauding by false pretenses, fraudulently obtaining 14.3 billion Ghana cedis in 2018 intended for large-scale agricultural projects, and the Wontumi Farms Limited, which prosecutors allege yielded no actual farming activities or machinery purchases. When investigators went there, they only found a tractor, very old. In fact, even the manufacturers were so angry when they were told that that tractor was still sitting in Ghana. It had not been in operation for more than 10 years. The last time anybody drove any such model of that tractor was probably 30 years ago. But in Ghana, when forensics were done on the tractor, the last time anybody ever drove it was beyond 10 years. Yet Wontumi had it on his farm, and he said that it broke down whilst they were working. Now it was said that he took 14 million and over Ghana cedis to start that farm. What was the farm all about? He was supposed to move people from the Galamsey field so that they will get alternative employment or jobs. Can I say that again? Now, the king of Galamsey, as was purported by Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng in his expose, I prefer to call it an expose. My brother, my sister, at the same time, went to the EXIM Bank when his party was in power to claim money to take illegal miners away from our water bodies so they will be employed on the farms. He took the money, my brother, my sister, and he went to establish a mysterious farm and brought a tractor that was last driven over 10 years back, that manufacturers were even angry that there was even a figment of that tractor in Ghana. It had long gone out of extinction. Investigators realized that he was taking Ghana for a joke. And when he was asked if he had been able to harvest anything, no harvest, nothing was ever planted, my brother, my sister, he took Ghana for a ride under the sleepy president, that dwarf. Now, forgery, presenting a forged receipt to EXIM Bank officials to secure an additional 4 million Ghana cedi facility. He still had the effrontery to go back to EXIM Bank with a fake receipt, according to investigators, because his party was in power. Nobody could challenge him, and he got back 4 million Ghana cedis. Money laundering, now benefiting from funds allegedly acquired through these fraudulent means. He got the money and he used it for whatever. Interestingly, when investigators looked at how he spent part of this money, you know what? He bought an excavator. What are you going to do with an excavator on a farm? What are you bulldozing? Do you need an excavator? To excavate is different from bulldozing. My brother, my sister, today when we talk about excavators in Ghana, basically it's all about Galamsey. Of course, could be used in other engineering, things, works, services. But Chairman Wontumi were told by investigators that he took part of the money to buy excavators. To do what? More of the things that he went to EXIM Bank to lie that he was trying to salvage. So you see, you create a virus. The virus is killing people. Then you go behind it and create an antivirus and ask people to buy the antivirus whilst you are busily creating more viruses that can defeat this antivirus for yet another antivirus to be brought, and that cycle continues. Flip. This is Chairman Wontumi. Now, he caused financial loss to the state, according to investigators. Now, accumulating a total liability and interest that now exceeds 30 million Ghana cedis. The Accra High Court approved the commencement of plea negotiations between the Attorney General and his legal team to explore a potential settlement. But dash it away. Now, my brother, and come here, watch this. Hey! Chairman Wontumi quickly went to court. The court said, okay, go and talk to the Attorney General. Information reaching me is that Capo di Tutti Capi, one Raymond Archer, and his Iyoko outfit, they are not interested in any plea deal. And the reason is simple. We investigated this guy for over 1 year. He never came out to say or to agree that he was wrong. Now that we've been able to trace, to find out where the money is, and we are frozen the account, and we can just go and take back the money, he is coming back to say he wants a plea deal. It's an insult to our investigation. It's like a man who is hiding from you, and you tell him, I know where you are hiding. Better come out from your hiding place if you want peace. He refuses to come out. You trace him all the way to his hideout. Nab him. Now he says, oh, he wants a plea deal. No, you will be beaten to pulp. This is what is happening to Chairman Wontumi. What is the Attorney General going to say? Will they end up giving him a deal? But Iyoko, in his own judgment, thinks that he's been taken for a ride by Wontumi for far too long. He must pay back all the money plus interest or go to jail and suffer in there whilst other allegations and charges are about to be pronounced on him properly. What do you think? Should he get a plea deal? Should he not? Should he face the full rigors of the law? Your guess is as good as mine. It's the Black Power. Watch this. Captain retired Edmond Kojo Koda is a retired officer of the Ghana Armed Forces and a prominent political security figure, best known as the former head of presidential security with President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. He's a Ghanaian. And he's a retired military captain and a private security expert. He was the head of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's personal security detail at the pre-presidency and during his administration. This is Captain Koda. Hey, but we all remember him for the 1979 uprising. As a young sub-30 officer, Captain Koda was actively involved in the June 4, 1979 uprising, which led by Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings. He served as a member of the Pre-Trial Investigation Team, PIT. Yes. Following internal military friction under the Liman government, he was imprisoned at Usherford Prison. He and several colleagues eventually broke out of jail and escaped to the United Kingdom, where he sought political asylum in the days of J.J. Rawlings. Do we all remember J.J. Rawlings? Or some of the new boys and girls coming up do not remember Jerry John Rawlings? That's him. They said in the days when they told Hilary Man that he was coming to overthrow him, he said, Jato. Jato nyefi. Jato. Oh, Jato. Jato yami noa. Oh, nyafi. Oh, nyafi. He trusted and believed Rawlings before he realized 31st December, bam, Hilary Man was kicked out of power, a democratically elected government, and Rawlings took over because he had become hungry for power. Removed a democratically elected leader. My brother, my sister, in a coup. Many of his supporters around that time, like Boachi Jan, got angry with him because, in fact, this was a treasonable offense. punishable by death if he had been caught. But Liman was kicked out. The rest of the story is in limbo. So he was looking for Koda, and Koda made it to the United Kingdom, where he stayed. Continue with the doors here. This is the man we're talking about, Captain Koda. Now, decades later, on June 1, 2004, Captain Koda testified before Ghana's National Reconciliation Commission, NRC. He described the June 4 event as a mutiny rather than a traditional coup, and publicly apologized for how the actions affected the civilian population. Following his return to Ghana, Captain Koda became the highly trusted chief of security for the NPP flag bearer, Nana Akufo-Addo. In March 2016, Koda was arrested and detained by the Bureau of National Investigation, now called, in fact, then called Bureau of National Investigation. It used to be called BNI, then it became NIB, and now back to BNI. That's Ghana for you. From Flagstaff House to Jubilee House, back to Flagstaff House, back to Jubilee House, as if that is what is going to clean the gutters. As if that is what is going to employ the youth on the street. He was accused of facilitating the entry of 3 retired South African police officers. To where, my brother, my sister, provide unauthorized military-style training to the NPP's internal security detail. The event caused a major political standoff before he was released on health grounds. After the NPP won the December 2016 elections, Captain Koda was officially appointed to head the president's personal security apparatus, protecting Akufo-Addo throughout his executive tenure of 8 solid years. This was the security capo of Nana Addo. Hey, Captain retired Edmond Kojo Koda. So, boom, I called back and he was angry. Why was he angry? Captain Koda was so angry. He had been running around looking for our phone number to reach us. And the speed with which he stormed and fumed. My brother, my sister, he meant business. He was mad and angry. I had never met him, never spoken with him. But we know, my brother, my sister, who he is now. So why did he storm our offices? Via phone. Yesterday, we had a story that said there was galamsey in Chebi. Do you remember? And that galamsey in Chebi thing was what touched him. Because he was with the president. He went with the president several times to Chebi. And remember, we had this thumbnail. And remember the video that popped up. NIMOS members, soldiers, right there at Chebi Zongo. Look at them. Soldiers being intimidated by alleged illegal miners. Now, one soldier draws a line and says, nobody come near. They were still coming and he fired shots. Boom, boom. Look at the man, broken leg, running away. And look at the rest of the illegal miners, alleged illegal miners, running away. That's how the average Ghanaian behaves. Until there's a whip, we all behave like sheep. Don't come here. No, we will. Till one man is slapped, then the rest of us will run away. This is how sheep behave. Well, I'm glad to say that the man who was shot was taken to hospital, surgery done, and is recuperating. His name is Ibrahim from Chebi Zongo. So we ran the story and we said that, well, it looks like Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng has been exonerated when he talked about galamsey in Chebi. And we heaped a lot of praises on him, how he's a man full of integrity. But Captain retired Koda wouldn't have any of that. He called him a liar. He said, this guy, an old man like him, he's a liar. He said other things, which we'll talk about with time. Very deep things. Now, what he said was interesting. And I want you to put it on record. Watch this. Now, according to Captain Koda, Nana Addo, every time he went out to visit people in different areas, they gave him cows. Nanchie, cows, as a gift. He went to the north, they gave him cows. He went to the Fulani areas to visit, they gave him cows. Everywhere he went, in a lot of those localities, they gave him cows. So the president decided to open a ranch. Cow ranch. According to Captain Koda, former President Kufuor also had a cow ranch. Because a lot of people like to give you cows. So Nana Addo decided that he would open a cow ranch in his hometown of Chebi, just in the outskirts. And that was where he decided to build that ranch. But upon arriving,
because on the 20th, the final judgment, EXIM BANK so Adiabubu, this year or da on that. This year, Attorney General Yoku say plea bargain bia. Ebusia, so subscribe and subscribe no share. No, I don't skishing so am I. Since Simba political events on a beer, but